this comes to another question, and that is actually very praised as well on the chat here. So are there any university degree courses about getting into DevRel space and helps us developing skills becoming a DevRel?
I don't think we have university courses yet for getting into developer relations. There's a few folks who I have known who have recently graduated from university that have done, a major in communications, a minor in computer science, or vice versa, major in computer science, minor in communications. So people who are kind of starting to create their own degree that kind of fits the developer relations space. I actually have a blog post, and I'll put out a tweet with the resources that I mentioned here after we're done. But there's a blog post I wrote a while back about, if you're interested in getting into developer relations, look into some open source projects. See if there's places where you can start giving back, or see if there's some meetups in your area that need a speaker. But giving yourself some of those ways to kind of experiment and start to see, hey, is this really actually something that I want to do before you jump in is very helpful. One of the things that I always emphasize to people is that a lot of developer relations includes context switching, no matter which role, developer advocate, community manager, all of those things. And so if you like having a lot of different projects on your plate at once, and you really like juggling things and switching from coding to blogging to speaking to community members and then going back to coding at the end of the day, that's good. You'll probably enjoy developer relations. If you're someone who really wants to be, 4 days out of the week, I'm working on this one project and that's the only thing that I'm touching, it might be a little more difficult for you.
I totally understand that. And that makes a lot of sense, because most of the people I've talked to on this particular show, they were like developers. They were the people who enjoyed going out to different meetups. And that's how they formed a community. That's how they interacted with the community and got involved. And this is like a tech person's go-to for getting into developer relations generally, right?
Sure.
For a non-tech person, going into technical conferences will be a big thing, right? They cannot understand mostly what is going on generally. So what do you recommend for them in general?
Sure. So what I tell my staff who aren't on the more heavily developer side of things is that I expect them to be tech savvy. And what I mean by that is they need to have a general understanding of, here's what our product is capable of, be able to run through some basic examples of here's what our product can do. So for us at Camunda, I'll have them, create some process models to be able to show here's what we can do, and be able to talk competently through that process model and show people, here's something that someone would have to do manually. Here's something that you can write code on the back end, and it would actually automate your process for you, and it would happen automatically once you hit that stage, right? So being able to have that conversation, I expect someone to be able to stand at the booth and walk someone through that. And then this is the hugely important part. Once they get to a point where they say, I don't know the answer to that question, they know who to send the person to. So it's not just, nope, sorry, I'm at the limit of my knowledge, but hang on, let me grab Lisa. She understands more about that. Or let me grab Cornelius, or let me put you in touch with Torben back at the office, or whatever it is, right? That you know who that next handoff is, so that you're kind of still guiding and shepherding that community member to be able to get the answer that they need.
Definitely.